In the heart of northern Colorado, tucked between tall pine trees and rolling hills, there was a ridge the locals called Skyline Bluff. The townspeople had dreamed for decades of building a beacon tower at the very top, a place where anyone could stand and feel closer to hope, to faith, and to the wide open sky. But the trail up the bluff wasn't gentle. It was sharp, rocky, and brutal on the legs. So the town council announced, whoever can build a safe walkway to the peak will earn honor from every family in this town. The challenge excited everyone. A young man named Carter Hayes stepped up immediately. He was strong, loud, fearless, the kind of guy people cheer for during football season. With his broad shoulders and confident grin, Carter boasted, "I'll have that walkway done before anyone else even figures out where to start." The crowd applauded. Everyone believed Carter would dominate the task. But then, someone unexpected stepped forward.
Mrs. Rowan, a quiet woman in her late 70s. Her hair was snow white, her knees weak, her hands trembling from age. People exchanged confused looks. "Mrs. Rowan, you can barely carry groceries," someone whispered. "How will you climb rocks, let alone build a walkway?" But the old woman simply smiled and said, "I'll place just one plank a day, that's enough." And so the work began. Carter started strong, hauling big wooden boards up the hill, hammering loudly, calling attention to his progress. Every day he shouted proudly about how fast he was going, and the town cheered for him. Meanwhile, Mrs. Rowan carried a single small plank each day. She tied it with rope, leaned on her walking stick, and made the slow, steady climb up the rocky trail. At first, Carter's walkway stretched upward quickly, while Mrs. Rowan's effort looked like nothing at all. But soon, things changed. A few weeks passed. Carter grew exhausted. Some mornings he slept late. Other days he said, I'll make up for it tomorrow." Soon his boards sat untouched at the bottom of the bluff, abandoned. But Mrs. Rowan, she never missed a day. Under the summer sun, through the fall winds, during winter frost and spring rain, she climbed. Her steps were slow, her legs shaky, but every day she whispered to herself, "Just one plank, only one today." Days turned into months, months turned into years. And then, one sunrise, the church bell rang wildly. The townspeople ran outside and froze in disbelief. A beautiful, sturdy walkway reached all the way to the peak of Skyline Bluff. The beacon tower stood tall on the summit, shining in the morning light. It wasn't Carter's work. It wasn't strength or speed that built it. It was Mrs. Rowan, the woman they laughed at, the woman no one believed in, who created a path to the sky one single plank at a time. People bowed their heads in respect. "Mrs. Rowan," they said, "you weren't the strongest, you weren't the fastest, but your consistency carried you farther than strength ever could." And Carter stood in the back, silent. In that moment, he understood. Talent without consistency is just noise. Loud, impressive, but useless in the long run. From that day forward, people from all over the country came to walk what they proudly called the Trail of Steady Hands. And they told their children the lesson of the old woman's mountain. Success isn't built by rare bursts of greatness, but by small steps repeated faithfully. So remember this, my friend. Carry your plank today, carry another one tomorrow. And one day, you will stand on top of your own mountain, built entirely by your persistence. Because in the end,